आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, the raging debate about why only the super rich in this country seem to be getting justice. Following 8:30 p.m. tonight, why people feel the courts of the country, the judiciary of the country must come under public scrutiny. And at 9 p.m. tonight, an Aravali sting, a blatant open violations of everything the central government is promising. We'll expose everything at 9 o'clock tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, why do I ask questions? Why did I grill the person who till recently was Chief Justice of India to a point where I felt he started feeling uncomfortable? Let me tell you, viewers, I don't feel good putting an ex-Chief Justice of India on the mat, but I'm compelled to. After all, he was the Chief Justice of India. But he must also understand, and the judiciary of this country needs to understand, that justice is not done in a vacuum. The judiciary in this country must understand that people are putting it under scrutiny. And several decisions of the judiciary have been extremely, not controversial, but questionable of late. The judiciary must understand that, yes, they have the right to bring in a lot of subjectivity into their decisions, but sometimes when they themselves cannot answer in a convincing way, someone needs to ask. If I don't ask, if Republic don't ask, doesn't ask, who will? Who will in this country? Viewers, we must be very careful of an understanding between the executive and the judiciary. A battle of turf between the judiciary and the executive, in which the people are not given a stake. It seems to be a narrow definitional fight for turf between powerful politicians and powerful judiciary. And in that process, ladies and gentlemen, you, the people, are set aside. How many cases are there as of now? Let me tell you, this is what the judiciary must think: 4.5 crore cases pending. Today, this massive backlog, 45 to 50 million cases pending, is a black spot on the judiciary, including appellate court, Supreme Court, High Court, lower court. What's going on in this country? And then the judges speak of accountability. I asked them tonight, yes, you have 5 crore cases pending. You will give multiple reasons why so many cases are pending. But I'll tell you which cases are not pending, ladies and gentlemen. The Supreme Court says of accountability that India cannot have 2 parallel legal systems. One for the rich and resourceful and those who wield power, and the other for small men without resources, without capabilities to gain justice. I'm quoting the courts to the courts, ladies and gentlemen. The courts are aware of the dangers when people begin to feel there are 2 parallel systems of justice, one for the rich, the powerful, the connected, the politicians, those who can buy those expensive advocates, and the others who get crushed by the system itself. Ladies and gentlemen, case after case after case in this country, the system of justice is failing the poor people of India, the vulnerable, the middle class, and the underprivileged sections of our society. 5 cases I want to start by talking about tonight. One, the 23-year-old super rich brat Rakshit Chaurasia, under the influence of drugs, THC and codeine, takes his expensive car, drives it at 140 kilometers per hour in Vadodara, mowed down two two-wheelers, kills one woman, injures 8 others, including children, and then comes out and says, I want one more round, one more round, one more round. He says, listen to this. After the crash, he says, I want one more round. Where's that audio?
Another round! Another round! Another round! Another round!
And this rich brat, the judiciary of India says, let him free. The judiciary says, oh, he's just 23-year-old, give him a chance to reform. I want to ask the judiciary, what's going on? What are you doing? It's proven he was under the influence of drugs. He is not a minor at his age. There are people who, wearing the Indian uniform, have sacrificed their lives for the nation during Kargil. But the judiciary says, give him bail. Give this super rich brat a chance to reform. Ladies and gentlemen, and let me now tell you another thing. In Pune's Kalyani Nagar, a 17-year-old drinking alcohol before getting behind the wheel of a multi-crore Porsche killed 2 young software engineers. And the court said, give him bail, let him write a 300-word essay, give him a chance to reform. And the entire evidence was tampered in that case. The judiciary says, give him a chance to reform. After all, what have they done? They've only killed people. Is that a big thing? Perhaps not for the judiciary. And then the judiciary must ask itself what its credibility will be. Where will be the credibility of the appellate judiciary of the country if a politician, after raping a 17-year-old girl, killing her father, attempting to kill her, killing 2 of her aunts, ladies and gentlemen, convicted of rape and murder, is freed under a technical reason that he has not committed aggravated assault. What aggravated assault? What technical ground is the judiciary talking about? Why is the judiciary looking like it looks for a needle in a haystack to find an argument which will allow a powerful person to get away? Is this the approach of the judiciary towards the common man? No. Was that the approach of the judiciary in the case of Aravali, where again, for a technical definitional reason, that courts go out of their way in the Aravali case, out of their way to change the definition of an entire 2-billion-year-old mountain range, opening it up to date, all kinds of exploitation, mining, quarrying, so that some people can make money. Ladies and gentlemen, are these not double standards? Did the Sandesara brothers, once accused of corruption, on which political parties took a strong position, not buy their way into freedom by paying 5,000 plus crore rupees as per a Supreme Court order? So the rich get away and are given ways to get away. The poor are crushed, the middle class are ignored. Acid attack survivor, how many cases do I tell you? Shaheen Malik was an MBA student from Panipat. Yesterday, 3 individuals, 16 years after they were charged in the 2009 case, were acquitted on grounds of lack of evidence. The victim says, I feel broken not by the violence but by the order. I trusted the system for 16 years. I trusted the system. When people lose trust in the system, is it not time for the judiciary of this country to start thinking? To start thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing my job. Let me tell you, once a Supreme Court judge filed a 100 crore defamation case on me because apparently in the channel I ran, for a few seconds, a wrong picture went for a technical reason with a wrong name, for which clarification after clarification after clarification was put out, but no, it was said that I should pay 100 crore rupees. I stood up in court with 2 of the greatest lawyers of the country standing for me. Then I was told that as a guarantee, 20 crore rupees is to be paid. My point is not that I will fight every legal case against me, for I never do any wrong. But I will say this tonight, if a prestige of a judge is worth 100 crore rupees for a small few seconds of a technical error, what is the value of the life of a common man in this country? Common man in this country. I have no problem, take on Republic, take on Arnab Goswami, file cases, do whatever you want. But stand for the common person in this country. And then I find it strange that when a politician rapes a 17-year-old, kills her father or aunt, when a 24-year-old under the influence of drugs kills people on the road, the courts are very forgiving. Very forgiving. What happened in the case of Yashwant Verma? What happened in the case of the burning cash? Did the courts of this country, did the judiciary of this country give us a true feeling that they were concerned about the corruption in the highest courts of the country? Or was that matter also dealt with in a manner to buy time and take it away from the courts of public opinion? And I want to say to the lordships, I have the greatest of respect for you, but beyond the courts is also the court of public opinion. People are watching what happened to the Yashwant Verma case. And I'm raising this particularly because we, the people of India, must know that we must not be taken by this debate going on between the executive and the judiciary, where the judiciary says that the executive must not get into our turf, and the executive says the judiciary must not try and enter our territory in this territorial battle between powerful judges and powerful politicians. What about the people of India? What about the people of India? Ladies and gentlemen, what about the people? Judiciary and courts are not for optics. Republic stands for the people of this country. And still I say, the executive and the courts can redeem themselves. But only if they want to. Not if they say that these points that Arnab or Republic are raising are to be addressed adversarially. Put me in the courts, I will answer the courts of this country. For I have nothing but clear intent. And with the clarity of intent with which I followed the Aravali case, I ask the judiciary and the executive, I have 5 demands. Restore the faith of the people of the country in the institutions that we are proud of. 1, reverse the Chaurasia case. You cannot let a drug-induced killer, super rich, get away. Reverse it. Demand number 2, immediately intervene suo motu before the vacations if required. In the Sengar case, do not let anger simmer. Do not let a politician rape and murder, and after that appear to get away. Justice must not just be done, it must be seen to be done. Number 3, allow the review petitions immediately. Don't even wait till after the holidays. Review, stay, reverse the Aravali judgment of Chief Justice of India, Justice Gavai, who, with the greatest of respect, was unable to answer questions of judicial precedent when I questioned it. 4th, on the acid attack case, intervene. When victims start saying that the system is not to be trusted, that is something which must set alarm bells ringing in the judiciary. And finally, in the Pune Porsche case, remember the lives of the middle class matter, not just the rich, however politically connected. From my side, I say tonight, the courts and the judiciary and the politicians of this country can redeem themselves, but only if they want to. Only if they want to, not if they feel they are not under anybody's scrutiny. And I have no agenda in this, but I must say this tonight. Where is the justice? Parth Pawar got away. His name was not in the FIR because he's Ajit Pawar's son. These are questionable decisions. The rich get away when they kill people on the roads and ask for one more round of narcotics. It's on tape. And yet I always feel that the moment the matter goes out of media scrutiny and public scrutiny, that's when these judgments come. And we, the people of India, must arm ourselves with knowledge about the law. We must congregate collectively and make sure that everybody who is in a position of power is under scrutiny, whether the courts or the politicians. Let's debate.
March 13, 2025.
मेरा कुछ नहीं है, वो चला रहा था।
Another round! Another round! Another round! Another round!
Rakshit Chaurasia, 23 years old, shouted another round, as he plowed into 9 commuters.
Another round! Another round! Another round! Another round!
हम लोग जब राइट लेने का स्पेस था उस टाइम एक स्कूटी थी और एक कार था। उसके बाद जैसे ही हम लोग अंदर घुसे तो कार छू गई और एयरबैग खुल गया। जैसे ही एयरबैग खुला कुछ आगे का दिखा नहीं और गाड़ी अपने आप ही डीरेल हो गई।
Rakshit Chaurasia accused of Vadodara hit and run case which happened on the night of March 13. In his plea, he had said that he had no antecedents and he was a student. On the other hand, High Court replied saying the case needs to be considered. He is a student and he is in jail since last 9 months. Justice N.S. Kareel and the bench granted him a bail.
Rakshit lied when paraded by the police. He was under the influence of cannabis. 9 months later, he's been granted bail. The court in its order has cited his age, saying he is young and just 23 and has no antecedents. The court said release must be considered. Purav Patel was injured in the crash. His wife, Himali Patel, was crushed to death.
आक्रोश तो हमें भी बहुत है कि इसको बेल मिली ही कैसे और मिलनी चाहिए ही नहीं थी, फिर भी मिली। मेंटली मैं पूरा ब्रेक हो चुका हूँ, फाइनेंशियली बहुत तकलीफ हो रही है और मेंटली फिजिकली सभी तरीके से मुझे और मेरे पूरे परिवार को बहुत ही झेलना पड़ा है।
Is justice only for the super rich?
Another round!
With us on the program is Purav Patel, husband of Himali Patel. His wife died in the crash. Suhail Seth is with us, a citizen voice tonight. Susi Ben Shah is spokesperson of the Shiv Sena. And C. Rajshekharan is a senior advocate from Chennai. Purav, now the courts have said that he must be given bail. This 24-year-old who, under the influence of drugs, which have been proven to be codeine and a mix of something called CHC, so some kind of high drug inducement. He was drugged, and under the influence of drug, he killed your wife. I want to know how you're viewing this and what you intend to do now.
सर, इसमें सिंपल है, हमको जस्टिस चाहिए इन शॉर्ट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, और जो बेल ग्रांट की हुई हमारे हाई कोर्ट ने, उसको अगर रिवर्स कर सकते हैं तो हमारे लिए बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि ये जो हमारे साथ हुआ है एक्सीडेंट, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वो ड्रग एडिक्ट था और सेकंड वो 140 और उसके अबव चला रहा था, तो उसकी वजह से मेरी वाइफ ऑन द स्पॉट उधर ही मेरी वाइफ की डेथ हो गई। तो उसके लिए हमको जस्टिस चाहिए और जितना हो सके उतना जल्दी जस्टिस चाहिए।
We are watching this. I'm going to open the phone lines on this. Susi Ben Shah, I'm quite surprised the politicians in this country are very quiet when it comes to these cases. जैसे मतलब ही नहीं है, सोहेल, जैसे नेताओं को मतलब ही नहीं है, कोई मरे कुछ का किसी का हो, किसी आवाज उठाने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो politically connected होगा, he's under the influence of drugs. Now what happens is that when a rich person kills a middle class person, right, और courts भी कहते हैं उसको छोड़ दो, this becomes a precedent for the future. I'm surprised आप लोगों को, आप लोग ruling coalition में हैं, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है politicians. It doesn't matter to people now.
May I say a few words, please?
Yes.
Let me say one thing, Arnab. First, let me congratulate you for what you have done with the Aravalis. You've been an old friend of mine, and like many people, I thought that perhaps you were going soft, but I'm glad you haven't changed. Because the day you change, and rightly so, the people of India will feel let down. And for that, my congratulations to you and to the Republic TV channel, because you have reposed faith in the people of the Republic of India. Your victory on the Aravalis is not a victory for a television channel called Republic. It's a victory for the Republic of India. You know, Amartya Sen wrote a seminal book called Idea of Justice. And to paraphrase what you said in your opening remarks, he said, justice is ultimately about fairness. So what Mr. Patel has gone through is unfairness of the highest order. It is unfairness at the courts of law. It is about process, and it is not about justice. The difference between Niti and Nyay is people like Mr. Patel, you, me, everyone would go to a court of law expecting justice. But what we get is process and a lot of pain. And I'm delighted that you're bringing up these issues, because this is what matters in today's India. You can't talk about a Vikshit Bharat where every Bharatiya has to worry about safety, law and order, but more importantly, about justice. The politicians, to my mind, have shamed themselves beyond repair. You know, the lady from Shiv Sena is nodding her head in disgust. Ma'am, it is absolutely disgusting.
I'm disgusted by the tragedy.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you're saying that.
I'm
that
not
is
minimizing it.
Ma'am, let me finish.
Please,
you know,
please.
the Shiv Sena was founded by Balasaheb Thackeray.
Sir,
I don't know which faction you are in or not in,
I'm
but
from
I have
Shiv
to
Sena.
say, I had a lot of respect for Balasaheb Thackeray because he put India first. And most importantly, he put Indians first. Today, the Indians feel like second-class citizens. If you don't have access to great lawyers, if you don't have access to, you know, people in the judiciary, you are marginalized. That is what we have to change in today's India. We cannot hope for an inclusive India where half the population is left out of the process because the other half can control, manipulate, and indulge in machinations of the worst kind. That's what Arnab Goswami is talking about. That's what Mr. Patel is identifying. I mean, can you imagine this brat uses the power of his wealth to subvert the process of independent judicial intervention? That is the tragedy of India.
We will keep, first of all, Suhail, thank you for what you've said. We've never actually changed. I just feel that the problem is the asymmetry now in power between the courts and the politicians on one side and everybody else on the other. I am quite concerned, Susi Ben Shah. You should make this a big issue. You got a rich person under narcotic intoxication who murders a citizen and injures 8 others.
Yes, Patel સાહેબ, તમને અમારા તરફથી શ્રદ્ધાંજલિ અને આ ન્યાયિક લડાઈમાં અમે તમારી સાથે અડીખમ ઊભા છે. બિલકુલ આમાં બિલકુલ પોલિટિક્સનો સવાલ નથી. આજે બી પૂરું ભારત રિપબ્લિક સાથે અર્ણબ ગોસ્વામી સાથે તમારી સાથે ઊભા છે. Now coming back to your, he is a Patel, I am a Gujarati, so you know, I thought let me just talk to him. We are here to give you confidence. We are here to give you confidence and not at all minimizing the tragedies being faced by the family. The crime was abhorrent. I mean, there is no two ways about it. But let us understand this, Mr. State, with the highest of respect, Mr. Goswami, and that this is a judicial process. The man was immediately, FIR was filed against him. Investigation is completed. The charge sheet is filed. It is death by negligence, rash and negligent driving. He's not going to escape that. He is going to face the strictest.
No. After that, what happens is, Misha, let me tell you. Here is a case here. No, I feel that he must go for appeal with this. I feel that the Advocate General of Gujarat must represent in the appeal against this. I feel the Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, Home Minister of Gujarat must issue statements on this. I feel that the central government must get involved in this matter. I'll explain why.
Why do you think otherwise?
No, but Sushi Benji, because it has not happened so far, no. And the moment Republic, Sushi Benji, the moment Republic asks these questions, then it is always told.
No, it is well within your rights to ask questions. No wonder you are the fourth pillar of the democracy. But I'm here to say, Mr. Goswami, that let us not trivialize the wisdom of the High Court judges.
No, 1 minute. This is also, let us not,
okay,
one minute. Susi Benji, let me tell you. Susi Benji, it is always told to me, listen, we are not aliens. I am not an alien. And the judiciary does not have higher intelligence than the common man. Please do not undermine, to use, I say, when you are saying, Ms. Shah, 1 minute. Ms. Shah, listen to me. Ms. Shah, when you say, no, this line is always used. 1 minute, please let me. This line is always used. Trust the judicial process. No, trust the judicial process.
It is wrong.
I trust the judicial process, but what has the judicial process done to deserve my trust? The judicial process, Susi Benji, the judges are coming under scrutiny in this country. Do you realize how significant this moment is? When I have interviewed day before yesterday...
Denying that.
No, but why have you ever thought, it's not about denial. Why are people losing faith in the judiciary?
Set procedures.
What procedure? It is complete discretion.
Madam, with due respect,
We are not a banana republic. Judiciary does not run debate.
You answer one question of mine. You answer one question of mine.
Judiciary,
you answer one, madam, you're a very bright person. Answer one question of mine. And I know you will answer it with honesty and purpose.
Absolutely.
Today, if you ask an average Indian, does he have faith in the politician? The answer is no. Does he have faith in the judiciary? The answer is no. Does he have faith in the police? The answer is no. You tell me, Ms. Shah, where should the average citizen
go?
Doesn't have access to a republic or to you or to other people, where does that citizen go? You tell me that. A, B, you said ultimately everything will be sorted. John Maynard Keynes said in the long run we are all dead. Justice delayed is justice denied. You only answer this issue. What will you tell as a responsible human being which you are? What answer will you give to Mr. Patel, who's been fighting for his life? For a
put him on it.
Who was killed because of a super brat.
And the nation and the channels republic are fighting with him. And so are we. But sir, Mr. Seth, please, let us understand this, that the judge, in their wisdom,
no, this constant phrase, judge in their wisdom. I want to ask you, are the public not wise? Always it is says the judges in their wisdom. Is Sohail Seth a fool?
They are sitting on a bench.
No, in their wisdom only I am doing, but in my wisdom I am asking the question. I can't keep saying my lords, my lords, my lords. You know this distance that happens between the bench, this distance between the bench and the rest of us, we are equals. We are equals participants in the fight for justice. We are always told, my lords, you have a higher wisdom. But what about the wisdom and the pain of the common man?
Arnab Goswami,
allow me to complete.
I'm here the victim. Arnab Goswami knows some of the finest lawyers in India, as do I.
Yes.
We are not questioning, 1 minute, we are not questioning the wisdom of the courts. We are questioning their alacrity and their empathy. These are constitutional authorities. These are pillars of what the justice system should be. Now, you tell me, Ms. Shah, God forbid, if it had happened to any of our families, would we be as patient as Mr. Patel is? We won't.
No, we would be aggrieved. I agree with you.
Not aggrieved. I'd be upset. I'd want to kill someone. I mean, not kill someone.
No, please,
sir.
I mean. Now, my question is here. I'll give a thought to Mr. Rajshekharan. The case. I am only curious about these cases, Ms. Shah, Rajshekharan, in terms of precedent. Tomorrow, somebody in Guwahati is killed like this. Somebody in, God forbid, Siliguri is killed like this. Somebody drives an expensive car 150 kilometers an hour under the influence of tetrahydrocannabinol and codeine or any other combination of narcotics, and somebody dies, they'll get out of jail in 4 months. And where in the law, Mr. Rajshekharan, is written that if you're 24-year-old, you are to be treated differently from a 42-year-old?
You can vote,
or a 52-year-old? Where is the law? I want the judge to show me the law that a 24-year-old is to be treated like a minor. Please show me.
No, why?
But where? No, question is where? Which leeway has the judge used in this case? Or is it his personal opinion?
You allow that rascal to vote, but you think he's unwise. Why do you allow him to vote then? Your voting age is much below his drinking
Rajshekaran, quickly, I've got, yes, Rajshekaran.
I just want to come in for a second after Mr. Rajshekaran.
I empathize with Mr. Patel. I completely agree with all your questions put forth to the judiciary. But let us be fair and honest in debating something which has been in the courts for a couple of years. See, the concerned, the...
Not a couple of years, 9 months.
9 months.
No, I'll tell you.
Charge sheet has been filed.
The accused...
The forensic report has been given.
No, I'll tell you.
The medical report
has been arrested. The accused has been arrested, remanded. He was inside the prison for 9 months. So I'll tell you how the system works. This is how bail is a rule, jail is an exception for any case. But
I'm sorry, a 24-year-old is old enough to drink, dope.
No, I'll tell you. Please.
Drink, dope and kill.
See, I don't make any accusations towards the judge because
I'm not making accusations to the judge. I'm just saying for the middle class, bail is often an illusion. For the powerful and the privileged, 1 minute, for the powerful and the privileged, it's a procedural inevitability. My question is this. In this particular case, the observations of the judge are extremely subjective. Where a judge feels an individual has the right to reform. Show me the precedent which says a 24-year-old deserves a soft touch. Show me. Show me. Pura Patel is here. Pura, my question is, show me what? No,
And not
Mr. Patel
is the basis of a jurisprudence.
No, I'm not. Don't teach me the basis of jurisprudence. Show me the law which says a 24-year-old is to be treated like a child after committing an act of murder. Mr. Patel.
No, the case is dealt on merits, not on individual personalities or their age or anything. The observation doesn't carry good in the judgment.
Well, tomorrow the rich will kill people like this in every Indian city and get away. And the case of Himali Patel's death will become a judicial precedent. Pura Patel, what do you intend to do? Do you have the money to fight the case? Can you fight these people?
No, I'm sorry.
Is there any appeal you want to make your own republic to the Chief Minister of Gujarat or anybody else?
No,
yes, sir, I want to...
The death of Hima...
No, yes, Purab, go on, Purab and Susibet, Purab.
हाँ सर, मैं यही बोलना चाह रहा हूँ कि हमारे सीएम, हमारे पीएम, वो सब इसके अंदर ध्यान दे ये केस में और जितना हो सके उतना जल्दी इसका फैसला सुनाए.
Patel साहब, why do you think otherwise? 9 months.
अभी तक कुछ हुआ नहीं है ना, that's why he thinks otherwise.
Hold on. No, ऐसा नहीं होता. We don't run.
नहीं, अभी तक तो हुआ नहीं है ना कुछ.
No. Hold on, Mr. Goswami.
नहीं, आप हमेशा you want to individually talk to the person. Tell the people, no?
I'm telling.
No, I'm asking you. God forbid a politician's family member dies like this. If an Aam Aadmi kills them in an auto rickshaw, I want to tell you. Oh yeah, you think in this country a politician is on the wrong basis.
Mr. Goswami, he was arrested. FIR was filed. Within 9 months, a full-proof investigation has happened. The charge sheet has been filed, forensic report has been filed, medical report has been filed.
He is going out and he is being released. You've not filed a review petition. Take the case to a review petition, challenge it before a bigger bench in the High Court. Assure him today that the Advocate General of Gujarat will come in this case. Put up. Last word.
हमारी रिक्वेस्ट इतनी है कि जल्द से जल्द जस्टिस मिले बस.
Okay, now I'll take that at face value, though I think the action will have to come from the Gujarat government. I thank you all. Sohail Purav, Susi Benji and Mr. Rajshekaran.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सब जल जीरा मसाला.